Maybe he wasn't sad, but he was for sure frustrated when he first got the idea about the VapCaps. 3 years later, he decided to set up the company, and here we are. Let's meet George Breiwa, the inventor of the VapCap and the owner of the Dynavap Company.
VapeFully presents.
George, I wouldn't be myself if I wouldn't ask you. What's your story?
My story?
How did it all started?
It all started with wanting something better.
Something better.
Yeah, I don't like smoke. I didn't ever like smoke. But the vaporizers in the market were just, they didn't work for me.
You mean the butane vaporizers or vaporizer in general?
Just in general.
In general, all right.
The iolite, if you remember the iolite.
Yeah, sure.
Butane. It was nice at its time, but it wasn't very efficient, and it was slow, and it was big.
Yes.
And even though mine didn't break, I think it would be easy to break. So I was looking for something that would be more economical and easier to use, faster.
Okay. That's why exactly why VapCaps are so economical, because for me personally, it's one of the most economical vapes in the world, yeah? Isn't it?
That is the goal.
That's the goal.
That's the goal.
Did you already achieve it, or you are still working on this project, like from the economical point of view?
Still working on it. We're constantly working on it. In fact, something that's very, very important to us is to come up with or ask everyone to help us improve our products.
Okay, so asking for feedback is essential for you.
Always.
Awesome. That's that you do.
Yeah, none of our products are complete. They're
that's kind
always
of Kaizen philosophy, yeah? Like step by step, constantly improving every area of the product, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. So how does the process look like?
How does the process?
I mean, of development and creation of new products.
That's the best part. It's the best part. It's my favorite part.
Your favorite one, yeah. Awesome.
It starts with, we don't like this, or what if we did this?
Okay. So many different directions.
It all begins with the question.
Okay. Questioning the reality.
The question, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
How? Why? I wonder.
Okay.
Oh, now. How do we do this?
Okay.
What do we use?
Many tests in the wrong way.
How do we manufacture it?
Okay. Awesome.
Does it improve it? Which material?
Okay. So let's assume that customers keeps telling you something that something is wrong.
Right.
So you have a closer look at it, yeah?
Yes.
And then you work out a solution.
Yes.
Can you give an example of such process?
The biggest one is the M.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
The customers, they like
love
the glass,
it, yeah? Did they?
but they didn't like the way it looked, or it would break. So we really wanted to offer something that wouldn't break, and something that would be less costly than the titanium.
Yes.
Right. And so initially we looked into using aluminum. This is cheap. It's easy to machine. To make a very economical vaporizer. So we ended up no, it's got to be good. It's got to be stainless, medical stainless. So there was, I think, a very big thing for us to transition our lower cost vaporizer from glass to stainless steel and have something that's very, very durable, yet still works very good.
And today, VapCap M is probably the most popular entry vape in the market, isn't it?
I don't know.
Efficient, second durable, and third really great and easy to use.
I think they're easy to use, and I know they're durable. But as far as popularity, we're not a large company. We don't have large marketing campaigns.
I see.
And
but you're still doing great, yeah.
We like to manufacture good quality vaporizers, and we also like to be very positive and support our customers and make the whole experience very
unique.
Exactly.
Awesome.
And do you think that one day butane vapes might come into mainstream and they may be equally popular as electronic ones?
I think they will make a much more strong showing soon. But I think the biggest thing is if we look at a VapCap, right? They come in a wide range of different sizes and shapes and configurations, but it's not a butane vape. It's a vaporizer that uses almost any source of heat. And this is very important because if we wanted to use an electric heater, we can use an electric heater. Okay. We can use a candle. That's okay. It's no problem. Any heat, as long as it's hot enough.
Yeah.
And I think it's very important because even a heat source is not so clean like a candle. Since there's no airflow through the system during heating, it's okay. And so I think these, in conjunction with a portable heat source, whether it's butane or electric, I think will play a more significant role in the vaporizer industry in years to come.
Okay, and you mentioned induction heaters.
Yes.
Our official Dynavap heaters will hit the market soon.
I hope to have them on the market before the end of the year.
Okay. Okay, so by the Christmas we might be heating up our VapCaps with induction heaters.
That is our goal.
So finally, butan vaporizers became electronic ones again.
But you see, but when the electronics fail,
It's always,
your vaporizer still works.
Yes, that's true.
And this is such an important thing. I looked at Dynavap as a company to provide an alternative,
Yes.
to provide a means of not smoking. And if your heat source fails, it's very easy to find another heat source.
Yes, that's true.
When your battery
You can always
vaporizer,
make a fire.
yeah, when your battery vaporizer fails,
It's done.
now you smoke.
And besides the updates of the current models, are you going to release something totally new, something that would, shake
yes.
it? Oh, yes.
There's some really fun stuff coming.
Okay.
If you haven't seen the colors,
Of the OmniVap.
yeah, so the titanium
Oh, awesome.
is going to be available in colors. So the blue first,
Yeah, it looks amazing.
So the vapor is going to be green and blue, yeah? This is the extra feature they provide right now.
Okay.
so we'll have some colors. Also look the next 2 months to have some concentrate adapters.
Okay.
All titanium.
So no more hemp fiber.
No more, well, another choice. See, just like we don't need a torch, we can use any heat source. Now you have another choice
Okay.
for some of your concentrates.
George, what was the biggest challenge during your career? Like, there were probably moments that you had to go through, but probably were hard for you. Were there any moments that where you were like, gosh, it's so hard, maybe I am not able to do this? Were there any?
There were some very difficult times. Before I was doing this, I was doing another business, and it was a very large commercial project I had to work on, and very tight deadlines, a lot of hours. I was only home a couple days a week. It was very difficult.
I see. Okay.
It also helped me find myself,
Okay.
what I can do.
But you mean about this period of time before the Dynavap started?
Yes, before
Okay.
Dynavap.
And
Well,
during
this is
Dynavap?
right as I was just beginning the initial development. is when
Okay, I
this
see.
occurred.
So what was the hard moment in the Dynavap career?
Things were very challenging in the beginning as I was trying to get the product out. I launched a crowdfund on Indiegogo, and
That was the same place for the grasshoppers.
same
yeah?
price as the Grasshopper launch.
They released their unit as well.
And the first week, I had 3 or 4. That's all. 3 or 4, almost nothing.
Very exciting.
Yeah, no, it was terrible. I thought I was going to get a little bit more exposure. And then the second week was when the thread was started on FC. Okay. And so that triggered some more interest and things started to go.
Okay.
And then the
So
campaign
you went
was
directly
canceled.
with your product to the people who might be interested in this, to fuck combustion form, yeah?
Exactly.
Okay.
And then the crowdfund was canceled because they changed the rules. So I reformatted the crowdfund and relaunched it. And it was so nice to see the small community at that point that came back, and many of them repurchased.
Awesome.
But then they canceled it again, and then I had to hurry up and get my website capable, get the e-commerce on the website, which that took at least a week. We got that, and thankfully, many of the people that had their monies refunded on the crowdfund,
they bought again.
came back and they
Awesome.
pre-ordered my website,
Awesome.
which gave me that initial small boost
Yes.
to get things started. So I was real busy working at night, building things for the next few months so I could start to fulfill all of the pre-orders.
How did you feel at this moment when it was like a small part of hope?
It looked like it was just enough.
That's enough.
To keep
Okay,
going.
Keep going. Okay. So you could keep up with the work for another few weeks more?
Yes.
Okay.
To keep going. It was
keep going.
It was motivation. It's like people are willing to spend their money and order something they've never tried or
Yes.
seen before.
Yes. And no one recommended
reviews.
before. Yeah.
No information about it. And to me, this was a huge thing that someone had enough confidence and trust buy something from me.
How did you gain this trust? I mean, it's so hard to give some money to the person you don't know for the product you have never seen and never used and never heard of. How did you manage? Because you didn't have big capital or something yet. Yeah.
And no exposure, and no community, really nothing. So it was just to take care of the first customers as best I could. Make sure they get the product, make sure they're happy with the product.
And they give you feedback.
And they give me the feedback. I make the product better, and everything continued to go from there. It's been a very amazing ride where you treat someone nice, and nothing may happen for a week, a month. It might be 6 months. Then all of a sudden, something else happens. And I look at the community is this way. You invest in the community. It doesn't pour money back out, but the community grows and it will support you.
How does your morning routine looks like?
Morning?
Yes. Do you wake up and say, today I will create a new VapCap that will change the world? Or rather you are a person that, like,
No.
every single day, small steps, small steps, small steps, and finally you know that after some weeks or months or maybe years, you will achieve your goals?
So the good ideas tend to happen at night.
Okay, so you are a night guy.
For the good ideas, for the most part, they happen at night.
Okay.
And then after we have the ideas, then the next day begins the plan.
Okay.
How are we going to do this? Who do we need to talk to? What do we need to buy? What do we do first? What do we do second? And what about this? And we start to fill in all the details. But great things, they don't happen very fast. They can happen quickly if you're organized
Yes.
and if you have the right people, right?
That's true.
But they don't happen extremely fast.
Yes.
The best things take much refinement over a long period of time. And I look at a lot of our products kind of show this. When you see, and this is a big part of the reason why we wanted to have our manufacturing in our shop. If you would look very carefully at our products every month, you'll see very small changes. As we're manufacturing them, we'll find out we change this dimension. If we machine a little bit differently here, if we make a bigger radius, if we make it a little bit smaller, a little bit bigger, just very small changes, but they all add up to something that's much better.
That's clearly Kaizen production process. And I personally love it because it's like, when you look around in every area of your life, you can improve something. And of course, you can make a big step that will take like 2 weeks or a month to achieve something. Or every single day, you can make a small change to achieve something great. And this is what you do, and that's the spirit. I love it.
And we have to. And so our company and our goal for our company is to embrace what I like to refer to as incremental improvement. Okay? Anything that we can make better, even if it's just a little bit. Let's always be looking to make anything that we have better. Nothing is done. Nothing is perfect.
Awesome.
Everything has room for improvement.
George, you are an expert in vaporizing industry. How do you think the market will change in 5 to 10 years?
I think the market is going to change very significantly. I think we're going to see vaporizers that continue to get better and better, smaller, more compact, and more user-friendly.
Yes.
I think we'll also see a much smaller number of people smoking anymore because smoking just doesn't make sense. It's not needed. And it is so harmful. It's got so many toxins and poisons in it. Yet we can still have the compounds that we're looking for from our products without smoking them.
Awesome.
And so I see a huge opportunity for us to do good things for the world.
Okay. How do you imagine VapCaps in 5 years? Like, what's your direction of this product? What do you focus on?
We focus on right now making sure that we're making as good a quality of product as we can and taking very good care of our customers so that we can continue to develop a sharing and positive community that people are willing to share and give and support the other people in the community to help them stop smoking. So I hope we can continue this and we can do our part to significantly reduce smoking in our world.
That sounds awesome, and I promise you that VapeFully will support your vision. And thank you for the interview.
Yes, thank you.
Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
I received the first unit of the new VapCap 2018 3 months ago. just from this guy, and I must admit that it's really perfect. Dynavap Company is constantly improving the units are used, and I'm sure we soon will see some new projects that George is working on. I can't wait. See you soon, guys.